On this episode of Hermitcraft, we build this thing, the Observatory, over many montages. Hope you like it, stick around. That just looks really neat, doesn't it? I think it does. Oh, why? Zombies. So many zombies. Every time I'm trying to work on this place. I got the lighting set to moody right now. Hopefully you guys should be able to see because of the torches. He can actually hold cobblestone. That means there's another zombie for the collection. Hold on, let's take care of this guy first. Don't sprint, kill him. So, look what we got going on right down here. Hi, everybody. By the way, my name's Sean. People on the internet call me Spumwhack. Look what we got down here. We've got a collection of zombies. Working in this place, cutting all this stuff out, has been a tremendous chore that's taken a lot of time. And what makes it worse is the fact that I'm constantly tearing down layers of flooring. I think I've torn down 2 or 3 layers of flooring so far in this project. Ooh, another one that can carry something. So there's areas that are constantly dark. Try as hard as I might. There's just always freaking torches on the ground. Where do you come from, baby zombie? There's just always a lack of torches on the ground in any given area. So I'm trying to build this little zombie pit right here. Actually, why don't we turn down hostile creatures a tad before we continue this? Just make sure you can all hold some Make sure you can all hold some cobblestone. Okay, there we go. Can your friend hold some cobblestone? No. Oh, yep, he can also. So the point of all this is to... Oh. Whoa. So the point of all this is to use up all of the mob cap on the zombies that are in this pit, and now I need to be careful not to kill this guy because he got exploded by a creeper. So let's see if we can push these guys. Oh, that's a bad angle. See if we can push these guys in. Oh, we need a torch right here. Oh, we can't do it yet. And I have no idea why they just keep coming. I'm not even hurting them. I think they're just spawning in the darkness and they're getting over here. Anyways, throw down some cobblestone so we can see what ones need transportation into the pit. Can you pick up some cobble, maybe? Either? Oh, no, that one can. And you, sir? Or can I kill you? Oh, I don't know. Alright, let's see if I can get these guys in. Last round of Ring Around the Rosie, and there we go. You know what? That's actually still a tidbit too loud. Real tired of hearing those zombies. So, yeah, I'm trying to keep up the entire mob limit, so I've got this open pit right here. I'm just saving up all the zombies, and I'll tell you right now, I have noticed an immediate difference. Despite what you just saw with all the zombies that were trying to attack me, that is nothing compared to what it was when I was digging this place out. It was constant. It was 2 or 3 at a time, literally constant, permanent barrage of zombies. So my life is already way easier. So I finished the bridge right here. I decided I did knock down the levels that I had before, and we'll go ahead and turn the brightness back up. I decided that... Where'd that go? There we go. So much easier to see now. I'm probably going to make this place a little bit deeper. Originally, I was just going to stop right where we were. You can't pick that up again. Good. That means I can just kill you. Originally, I was just going to stop where we already were at this level and build the bridge halfway up, like at that level, and have it go to the center where we're going to have the Loci Institute right there. However, after looking at it, I realized that's just not big enough. There's just not enough space. So we are going to continue work on this at some point, but this is all I wanted to do right now. I wanted to dig all this area out, build the bridge, just start visualizing it, and this has been like 12 hours, so I'm ready to move on. So what we're going to do today is start gathering some snow! Delicious, nutritious snow! Actually, what we're going to be doing to make my life a little bit easier here is we're going to set up a decent little snow gathering area. Let's use snow to build it, just because I'm like that. Let's connect you guys right there. Oops, right there. Throw down the water, and it should bring everyone to the end right here, where we're going to have a chest underneath a hopper, and we're going to do all sorts of collection. Right, so right there, chest and hopper. Everybody should be ready. So let's test this out. Iron shovel, please. I'm going to smack you, and of course this is not going to be immediate. You know, there's even some of it under him. I wonder if there's a way to get around that. Anyways, any snowballs I don't pick up get tossed into the... What am I thinking? I need to move that hopper down one. Hold up. And there we go. It's not a perfect system. I'd like to keep the water under him somehow. Maybe use a piston to push the snowballs, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. At any rate, I can just control Q everything in my inventory just right out into the water stream to make things go way faster here. So we're going to do this, and we're going to collect 3,380 blocks of snow. Divide that by 64, you get 59 point some garbage. I don't know what it is. Basically, we need a few blocks more than a double chest full of snow. So that's my goal. That's what I'm going for, and I'm going to be sitting here chomping down the snow underneath Frosty until we get that. And it looks like Tango's sleeping for us. Awesome. Right. That should just about do it. If you were curious how long it took to get one chest full of snow blocks from a snowman, it took almost exactly 1 hour. Pretty impressed at how quickly that went. So I want to build my observatory on top of that mountain, but it needs to be, I think, 29 across or 39 across. I forget what I mentioned earlier, but I have it all written down and mathed out somewhere. So it's going to be quite big. That's like the most comfortable I'm able to do a spherical shape. Sure hope I'm going to be able to grab everything. So anyways, I'm going to take all the snow and I'm going to move it up to the top. I should grab a chest. And move it up to the top of that mountain by my house. Now that I'm up here, realizing the size of this thing, I had originally shaved off this bit of mountain to be used for the observatory, but after I realized how big I wanted it to be, this isn't going to cut it. I think a more realistic spot is going to be right over here behind these trees, which means cutting all these guys down. So let's see. What's up? What's up, little spider? Off the cliff. Go away. Shoot. These spider things. So we're gonna have our corner roughly about here. So let's put the center, I don't know, right about here. This is all gonna have to get shaved off. It looks like we're gonna have to bring dirt up to the sides to make it work. It's gonna be quite a big circle, and I hope you should be able to see some of it. If you can't see it, I may end up shaving down this mountain completely, and that would suck. That line where those birch trees is the edge of the beacon, actually. So that was my original reason for wanting to put it up here. But since we're working with snow, the beacon isn't going to matter because everything's going to get torn down immediately anyway. So let's go ahead and throw our snow in the chest, or at least the snow we were able to bring this time. Tear down some of these trees and then go back for the last bits of snow and then start building this thing. Alright, so we got our snow up here. It's actually sort of a pain to get up here. Yippee! I climbed that water stream a second ago. Then I had to throw some pearls up there and then throw over here. I'm gonna have to work on a decent way to transport these pearls up top really effectively. But that's a project for another day. Now we want to do our 39 by 39 observatory. Gonna keep it sort of almost right on the edge right here. Keep it back just a little bit more, and this is where I want the corner to be. So I believe it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna have to do the rest over right there. The same thing on the other side. We're gonna go 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is going to be the rough shape of the bottom of our observatory. We're going to have to build this thing straight up for a bit and then turn it into a dome. I'm just going to eyeball it. You know, I just realized I did my snow calculations only for the dome bit, not the bit where it comes up. I don't even know how many, maybe like 8 blocks, maybe like 10. I don't know. What's the height? It's 256 is the height cap. So we're looking at about 50 plus 6 plus another 6 is 62. So we can go, what's 39 width, so 62 minus 39. Oh, well, we shouldn't have to go up 20 blocks. I think 10 will probably be sufficient. And we'll call that good from right there. So I'm going to start building this thing. Probably going to have to make another trip for snow at some point, and I got to double check this while I'm going. But anyways, Anyways, this observatory is gonna take a minute. Let's stand back and see what it's gonna look like. Got away pretty cheap. Got away pretty darn cheap. I still have this much snow left. See that? Ooh, there's 17 pieces in here too. Oh man. Got what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of snow. Beautiful. So it looks really pretty in here. I definitely like the rounded vibe look. It seems like there might be a hole or something right there, but that's just a lighting glitch. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's go ahead and reload these chunks. Yeah, but there's definitely no hole right there. I double checked. Triple checked, actually. There's nothing right there. Anyway, so now that we have this beautiful looking dome all completed, we're gonna have to start work on, well, I can't decide. We still have to make the inner deck and the telescope and the outer bit. We probably should make the outer bit first. Where's our hole at? Right here? Yep. Entrance right next to our little thing. So we're going to end up, you know what, we should make the floor next. The floor is usually right about at the bottom of the stuff and things. Usually it's like at the bottom of the dome, and I think we're gonna make it probably right where the light stops. I think that'll be the best way to do it. We'll find a better way to light the interior of this place too, so it looks neat. So we're gonna have a dome, we're gonna have an actual telescope facing outside this thing, we're gonna cut a big hole in the outside, probably on this side. Right, that's where the door is. Yep, that's down where my base is. Cut a big hole in this bad boy right here with the telescope coming out of it with the floor. And then we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. So let me go get the telescope materials. I need to use nether brick for this, for the telescope. And we're gonna have to grab some glass and stuff, so I guess I'll just deposit all the stuff I have right here, and I'm gonna have to make a trip into the nether, which is unfortunate because I do not like going there, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I don't need water. And let's do this. Let's start bringing more materials up here. We're probably gonna use stone as the floor also. Maybe, oh, now it looks like nighttime. That's definitely makes it look like lighting is coming through right there, but I don't see a hole. There's definitely no stars. That does give you a hint into the nature of lighting glitches, though, because it's giving off the light that the sky is giving off rather than just random. Anyways, let's get those materials. Right then, we've got a decent number of supplies now. I decided to just nix the whole nether idea. I just cooked up the nether rack that I had. Had to get lunch anyway, so I figured it was a good idea to let all the nether racks sit and burn in the furnaces while I was getting some food. So now I want to build the interior floor of this place. All the bottom of this... I don't know what we're gonna have right here. I don't know what goes on the bottom floor of an observatory this big. I know in a smaller observatory, it's like, literally just like the staircase, and the ones I've been to had like a museum at the bottom. So I don't know what I would fill up all this space with, but we're gonna be using birchwood, I decided, not stone. We're gonna be using birchwood. I don't really know where I'm gonna put the staircase. It'll probably be a big staircase going up the side. In fact, why don't we do that right now? Let's get a handful of our slabs here. There we go. 60 is most definitely not going to be enough, but I'm just trying to get started. And let's say that you enter as soon as you walk in. We'll have it go 3 wide. So let's put it right back here. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And that's good enough for now, is what that is. I haven't actually researched how to really build a spiral staircase inside a spherical, I guess in this case, conical? Cylindrical object. So, not gonna put too much focus on it for the time being. Now, I just want to make the floor of this place. You're gonna be on that level. Yes, you are. I don't know how far out we're gonna go, but let's just put it right here for the heck of it, just so we know what we're working with in the future. So the whole floor of this place is going to be done with some of this here birchwood. Keep cutting it real close on the amount of wood I have. You saw the amount of birch logs I had before. I think it was like 5 or 6 stacks or something. Now this is all the wood that I have left, really. This cuts to 24, so that's 64 plus 10, so that's 20, 88 pieces of wood. Divide that by 4, and you end up getting, what is that, 12, 13, I mean, 14 is 20 plus 2, so 22. So I ended with 22 birch logs. So now this place is all doored off and lit up. Now it should be safely lit up. The last step of the process, I guess the last 2 steps, are to build the actual telescope, which is going to be facing that way. So we're going to have to dig out that area. Building the telescope, and then the giant slit in the ceiling that lets us know exactly where we're looking at in the night sky with the telescope. And I think that's it for the exterior thing. This gave it a lot more life than it had before. I'm definitely liking the little bars and the blocks of quartz over just using plain snow. Looked real boring. So now we need to actually build the telescope. The telescope's going to be 3 across, and it's going to have a little, I forget what it's called, like a spotter scope next to it. So the main telescope's going to be 1, 2, 3, blank, and then spotter. That's all we need. I'm really glad I made this thing 5 wide now instead of 3, because I wouldn't have had enough room. It would have just been the telescope, and that would have been boring. Now, the telescopes never actually poke out of this thing, of course. They are just behind the whatchamahoozit, the doors, the things that slide open, because the telescope shouldn't have to retract, because that would just be silly. So now, we want to make it go about halfway up, which is about right here, I think. And I wish I could build under that. Did I bring water? I did not bring water. Alright, so we're going to have to reach up from the underside right here. So roughly about right there. We're going to move back from that a little bit. The scaffolding is going to get real old real quick. And that is definitely the spot we wanted at, because it's going to be 3 across right there. Yes, indeed. Next to you, so let's bring you down and over 1 right there. Is that a good ending point? Let's bring you back a little bit more, I think. that is a good ending point for the telescope. So we're going to be using upside down quartz slabs to do a white telescope look. Just like that. Bring all of these guys over. And then we're going to be going down by 3. Now here's where things get a little bit tricky. We're going to use... I think I can afford to use quartz on the interior of this thing. Let's throw down more stairs, because this is actually just the top of the telescope. And I think I messed this up already, actually. Alright, this isn't what I did in creative. Alright, hold on a second. Let me toy with this for a minute. I guess there's a dark spot down there. What's up, creeper? No, I had done this correctly. I was just getting confused. So now we're going to throw the quartz across this level right here. We can go down just a tad bit more. That would be really swell. We're going to do another layer of upside down quartz slabs right here. And now is when we mix things up just a little bit. Just a scotch of a bit. We're going to be having this thing basically 3 tall is how I'm building this thing, in segments of 3 tall. And now I'm going to be putting more stairs on top of this thing. So we're going to go over just a little bit and do stair, stair, stair. It's going to be the same thing here. Stair, stair, stair. We're going to put quartz all across right here. And once again, one more layer of stair, stair, stair. So here's what this thing looks like from the side. It'll be going up like that. It is a little blockier than I would like a telescope to be, but you know what? This is Minecraft. It's about as round as I can get it using these stairs. So I gotta continue building this thing, and then once that's done, we just need to build a little viewing platform, and I'm willing to call that done for this build. And there we go. That is our telescope. We're going to need an area to walk around and look at our telescope. So this is going to be our viewing platform. Let's have it sneak around the back of it right there. Let's have it go in the front of it right here. We're going to have to make a walkway up to this as well. Fortunately, I came prepared for just that occasion. Just want to make sure we get all of the walkway done. Let's get some stairs ready. So you go up 2 at a time right here. Thank you, stairs. One last set. 1, 2, 1, 2. Aquí. And then I just want to expand the outside of this thing because I want to use fences to go all the way around. Put up our eyepiece, and then this telescope is nearing completion. I want to throw some glass around the sides, but I'll just go ahead and overlay that last little image of that once I get it done, because frankly it's going to be quite boring. Just going to run around and throw some glass down. Anyway, so put the fences all around our telescope viewing area. Make sure we have it all in place. All fenced off. There we go. Now we're going to have our eyepieces as 3 and then 4, 3 and then 4. Now we can gaze into the eyepiece right here and look up at the heavens of Minecraft. You guys, this thing is now completed. I hope you enjoyed looking at the observatory. We can finally start using it to look at the stars and do some science. On the next episode, we're going to be building more with the Loci Institute, start doing some experiments and whatnot. Don't forget to add me on Twitter if you are so inclined to chat with me. A huge thank you to everyone, by the way, who's a viewer. I just reached 50,000 subscribers, so that's really awesome. I made it the front page of the Minecraft Reddit like twice this last week. It's amazing. Anyways, also check out hermitcraft.com, check out your favorite hermits, and I will talk to you guys next time.